Boston Celtics fans, the Celtics could actually do it tonight in Game 5 versus the Dallas Mavericks, but this time in TD Garden. If you guys are going to be joining us here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports Live for our watch party for Game 5, go on ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me. I just want to see how many people that are watching this video are going to be joining us later tonight. Go on ahead, hit that thumbs up, and let's get started. All right. It's going to be Game 5 later tonight, like I said, in Boston. I think this is the most perfect scenario for the Celtics to finally hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. Just take it all, end the season, just put an end to the Dallas Mavericks in Game 5. But I want to make sure you guys had the latest information on what the Celtics are saying ahead of a very, very important ball game here for everybody in Boston. I want to give you guys the latest on Kristaps Porzingis because that has been the headline for the Boston Celtics since Game 2 when he did go down with probably the rarest leg injury that we've ever seen in the history of the world. Here's what Joe Mazzulla had to say before their weekend practices on Kristaps Porzingis, and he just wanted to say, look, I haven't talked to him yet, going to talk about that before we start practice, so I'm not sure kind of where he's at, but he's trying and doing everything he can to put himself in a position to be out there. I know that for sure. And we also know Joe Mazzulla is very vague when it comes to Kristaps Porzingis and the injury updates that he has given Celtics fans. Obviously, he talked to Porzingis after that, and I heard from a couple of players just saying, he looks uncomfortable out there. And I would not be surprised. The man's tendon has completely disattached from his ankle. He's not going to be hop, skipping, and jumping around in practice, but he is working on stretches. He is working with his trainers, and he's been hitting some shots up here in practice as well. But then earlier today, the Athletic Charania did come out and say what the Celtics' plan is for Porzingis ahead of Game 5. Charania said the expectation around the Celtics, at least, he's going to play a similar role that he did in Game 4. So, Shams, you're telling me he's not going to play. Because what he did in Game 4 was that he dressed up, and Smitty and I are talking here like, why would he be dressed up if he's not going to be in the ballgame? And we're like, maybe for the pictures when they do end up winning the NBA Finals. But in all seriousness, with Kristaps Porzingis, Joe Mazzulla has to take extreme precaution with this because he is eventually going to need surgery. That is what I'm being told through the world of Twitter and all these different sports doctors, so they want to make sure they don't injure him anymore. But the real reason for Porzingis being on the bench and being dressed is because Joe Mazzulla is kind of hoping it'd be like a free throw type of instance or maybe a lob and needs some rim protection. I mean, we're talking like seconds max here. That's what his role was going into Game 4 now, but we still have yet to hear from Joe Mazzulla on what that role will actually be in Game 5. So between Joe Mazzulla and Shams Charania giving us an update, I want to ask you guys a question here, is that if available, because he is listed as questionable right now, he is about 2:51 p.m. Central Time when we're making this video. Do you think KP will get any minutes tonight? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say this is definitely just for more show than it is actually let Porzingis out there and play because I just think this injury is a little bit too severe to give him any minutes. But if you guys think he's going to, go on ahead, drop it down below. All right, I want to let you guys know about this super great deal going on right now at Fanatics. Celtics polos are 25% off if you guys are looking for something to wear to the parade that could possibly be happening in this week or next week. Go to chatsports.com/Boston Polo. And I know you guys are like, Allie, you're showing me the exact same polo here. Well, there are several different colors. So if you guys look better in green, which I do as well, I'm matching this guy right here, or you're even a gray. I don't like to wear gray because I sweat a lot. I'm in Texas, so maybe that's why I don't. So if you guys do want to go on ahead and get this polo off, a birthday's coming up, holidays are coming up, 4th of July, everybody likes to wear polos 4th of July as well, or maybe even a nice golf polo. I mean, hey, they're going to be NBA Finals champs. I'm repping the Boston Celtics as much as I can, so I want to make sure you guys are too. Like I said, Celtics polos are 25% off right now on Fanatics. Just go to chatsports.com/Boston Polo. It's going to bring you guys to one of these colors, and you can pick your own color and size below. So I would go on ahead and take advantage of this deal right now because I can't guarantee it's going to last forever. So if you guys are watching this video ahead of Game 5, click that link, takes you to Fanatics, and get this deal. All right, the Boston players speak out on Game 4, and they kind of previewed their mentality heading into Game 5. And let me tell you, the dogs are out. I'm excited to see what the Celtics can do here in Game 5, but I think it's very different than how the Mavericks are approaching Game 5 here. I think that starts with Joe Mazzulla and what he's been telling his Celtics to do ahead of this historic game. So here's what Jayson Tatum had to say and what Joe told them after Game 4 and heading into Game 5 here. He said, Joe did a great job today of reminding us that it's okay to smile during wars. You saw Jayson Tatum walking out of the tunnel here. He had a smile on his face that they did not just get historically blown out in Game 4, and now you learn that was because of what Mazzulla told him. But he continues, says it's okay to have fun during high-pressure moments. That's what makes our team unique and special. We wanted to go for the kill. Essentially, we wanted to win so bad that maybe we got away from what makes us special and what makes us the Boston Celtics. Today, which was on Sunday, he just reminded each guy why he's important to this team, why we all need each other, and what each person needs to bring to the table. I think that was really important for us to go over. Because let me tell you, Game 4, that was not the Boston Celtics playing. That was some JV high school team that stacked the players on each other's shoulders and they dressed up like the Boston Celtics. It was horrible. And it wasn't Boston Celtics basketball. So Joe Mazzulla just went back to fundamentals of like, hey man, think of what you've accomplished. Don't worry about what this series is at right now. Think of who you are. Think of what you've done. And I do like this approach. Peyton Pritchard also went on to agree with Jayson Tatum here, and he talked on his experience with Joe Mazzulla heading into Game 5. He said, we really, really want to win the next game, that being tonight. But if we don't, it's not the end of the world. We have 3 more rounds to go. And then I'm going to be honest, I hated that quote. I did not like that quote because am I the only one here that I do appreciate Joe Mazzulla and the empathy he shows towards his players and the kind of levelness he brings to the Boston Celtics, but I also kind of want to hear that it is a must-win game from the Boston Celtics because it is. Yes, I get what Peyton Pritchard is saying. You can go to Game 7, but do you really want to toy around with this? You just went to an Eastern Conference Finals Game 7 last year, and it didn't work out for you. I'm the type of person that I like the dog. I like the aggression. I like the intimidation. Like, how dare you come and step foot on my court? I like that type of aggression heading into the NBA Finals. And maybe not everybody is like that. I do appreciate Joe Mazzulla bringing that levelness to the Celtics, but I'm at that point where I'm like, no, you need to start being a little bit more pissed off going into Game 5. Because did you know that on June 17th, which is today, in 2008, Paul Pierce won the NBA Finals along with the Boston Celtics. They got to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy. They won it in Boston. So this date has so many great memories to it over 16 years ago, and I want the Boston Celtics to absolutely replicate that tonight. I want champagne and beer showers for the entire team tonight because I'm going to be honest, it has to be tonight. I know logistically Peyton Pritchard's quote is correct. Yes, they do have possibly 3 more rounds to go. I do not want to go 3 more rounds. I do not want to give the Mavericks any more hope. You already allowed them to outscore you in the first 3 games this finals with what they scored in Game 4. I'm done with them. It has to be tonight. You have no Tony Brothers. You have no Scott Foster. It is tonight or you go to a Game 7, in my opinion. Do you guys think tonight can be the night? Will the Celtics win banner 18 in Game 5? Go on ahead, type 18 in the comment section if you guys agree. And like I said, we will be live tonight on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. Come join us, Game 5. Help us have an astronomically high watch party here tonight. Go on ahead, hit that sub button, and join us tonight.